Welcome to my presentation about Agile Hive. It's pretty funny because I'm giving you this presentation and it's kind of my first presentation of Agile Hive. So please bear with me, don't stab me with the most technical, deep questions. We do have a team, but they are still kind of at home. And so you have to bear with me. It's basically, if you know a little bit about what we do with Linchpin based on Confluence, like we've built 15 apps that will transform the collaboration software Confluence into an intranet. Agile Hive is pretty similar, but there's a different topic, which is SAFe. SAFe is a scaled Agile framework, and we've seen a lot of our customers struggle with, not with the slides like me, but with SAFe as a framework. They found out, oh, there's this thing that can help me as a big company to adopt Agile. So I see this one team and it's very successful and I want the whole company to be as successful. So I'll use this same framework to scale as a company with my Agile methodologies. And problem is, it didn't work. And like the difference in the US that we hear from partners to Germany is German companies only failed once, while US companies often failed 2, 3, or 4 times, which is also like something that is in favor of SAFe, that they are still trying. And we've set out to change that and to help companies who understand what SAFe is and why they want to use it to actually adopt it in a software tool. And so we've 8 customers right now. I put up 2 logos that you may know. Volkswagen is pretty popular in the US as well, although they seem to have some image problems at this very moment. Deutsche Bahn is a more important customer for us at this point. It's in Germany we go a lot with trains, and this is like the German train company. They employ 300,000 employees, a massive company. And there's insurances, energy companies, and people who do doors, massive companies who have the need for SAFe, who run this with us today. And SAFe in itself, and that's why people fail at implementing them in a big company, is complex. Who of you can explain this slide? It's kind of difficult. This is only essential SAFe. It's getting more complex if you want to do portfolio SAFe, or like the full swing is full SAFe with those 4 layers. And every level has roles. Every role has specific information needs and things that they want to plan, that they want to change, that they want to survey, that they want to talk with their peers about. And that's also a challenge, in my opinion, with what Atlassian now has with buying AgileCraft. That's like a separate tool. Like you have to somehow synchronize everything, and people in Jira can see what is in AgileCraft and so on. And we want to have all of this within Jira. And we do see a couple of customers trying that with a lot of different third-party apps. And basically, we do the very same thing. We install apps, I think 13 of those. Who of you has seen the structure talk just before me? Like, structure is a very central part of Agile Hive. Like, there is no Agile Hive without ALM structure. There is no Agile Hive without it was big picture, and we actually switched to easy agile programs very recently. And there's a lot of third-party apps that we rely on. If you want to know about the specific apps, then you can go to our website. The cool thing about Agile Hive, it's an out-of-the-box solution. So there is not a lot of complexity in that. Deploying Agile Hive means you install a couple of add-ons, you configure them, and then you have the tools to do SAFe. It doesn't help you at all to understand what SAFe is. It doesn't help you at all to convince your people that they want to work in Jira. It doesn't help you at all to tell the CEO that he now has to put his data for the program planning in this specific board in Jira, but it delivers the tools that you need to do SAFe, and it also introduces the terms that the SAFe methodology uses. It's working behind the firewall because it's in your Jira. Actually, it's also only working on Jira Server at this point, or Jira Data Center. And this is new now. This can be delivered by any Atlassian partner. It's also why it's important for me to present this, especially for those of you who do professional services. You can sell this from this point on, and we'll help you to master the complexity. It's still like Linchpin, it's not an iPhone. You still have to know a little bit. You don't have to become SAFe consultants, because usually those big companies already have someone telling them what SAFe is. You still only kind of do the technology and configuration part. And we'll help you do that, at least in the first projects. And also for customers, you can reach out to your local Atlassian partner, and they can then reach out to us. It's like with Atlassian, everything's public. If you go to agilehive.com, you can find the pricing. You can see which apps we use. You can see we do have a fixed price services package. Other Atlassian partners do not have to adapt this. They can make a different offer, but at least it's proven. We've done that successfully 8 times, so it's at least good for planning a budget. And I want to show you in the remaining minutes a little bit of how do we do that. I've recorded a couple of animated GIFs, and we'll comment them a little. If you want to try this out yourself, there's a Swift service that we run, swift.seibertmedia.net, where you can generate yourself an Agile Hive instance. I would highly recommend to schedule a demo with us, but some people, Matt Dorr, for example, my favorite admin in here, yeah, he'll probably figure it out all by himself. It's not the recommended procedure, but as we know at Atlassian for a long time, we know that people want to put their own hands on, and they don't want to be demoed into things, so you can do this yourself as well. Let me introduce you. I know small fonts and so on, so please bear with me. You can see the video later if all's very small. All I want you to notice here is that we have a specific navigation for a full SAFe, a portfolio SAFe, or an essential SAFe implementation here that will hold all of those things. Like normally, structure comes with their own navigation. And then you have Easy Agile, and they also have their own buttons somewhere, and someone else injects their buttons there. And then you have if you want a cohesive and comprehensive experience for someone who doesn't know Jira at all and just wants one SAFe menu, that's kind of the way we go. Then we have dashboards. This is now a program dashboard, sorry. Sorry. Such dashboards are available for every level. So we've looked at the roles in SAFe, and for every role that you have specific dashboards. Basically, they consist of 3 things. This is an Agile Hive component. One is a burn up, one is a burn down, and one is a progressive bar chart, and which has a to-do, in progress, and done element, and it's an aggregation. So basically, you can configure all of these yourself, but you can see an aggregated progress chart for a sprint, for a PI, for a team, for a cadence of multiple teams, for a program, or for your whole large solution, or for your whole company. And that's kind of helping a lot to drill up and drill down within Jira for people who are either the CEO or the developer or a DevOps or somewhere in between. And all of these charts, you can click on them, and then you can see the actual issues that led to this visualization on the dashboard. And if you drill down, this is basically what Eugene has showed us already. We've automated the linking, we've automated the structure building, But basically what you can do here is you can see the different program or portfolio elements, and then you can go into your large solution. You can see the PI level, you can see the epics, you can see the actual features and the to-dos. And so as the CEO, you can very simply drill down from what you understand, what they sold you for your budget, down to where they actually are. And whenever someone changes something, it also like your progress chart is current. And this transparency is also available bottom up. So if you are in an issue, you can see in the issue down there, there's the availability to open the structure element. And we're just leveraging Eugene's and his company's technology, where the developer now can see, oh, this is this bullshit that they want to do. And that's why I have to, I don't know, give this server more hardware. And transparency is like a core value that you want to foster in safe deployments. Then the linking is just like dragging and dropping your issues or your portfolio elements or your PIs to specific other elements. And what we've done in Agile Hive is we've made sure that you can only link stuff that makes sense. So you can't link a to-do to a program element or a portfolio element, because this wouldn't make any sense. And so there's some restrictions, but in the best case, if you use this navigation that I showed in the very beginning, you'll see a chart like this, where you only like drag and drop. And you don't care if this is now a large solution that you're dragging to, or this is just an epic that you're dragging your to-dos to. Then if you're looking at this program roadmap, you can drill down into product increments. And then you see the dependencies. And if you see the green lines there, everything's good. Like I have a dependent epic, and the next epic is in the next PI. That's OK. Then a yellow line means that they're in the same cadence, which is kind of difficult, especially if you have different teams. Like this team has to finish that, and then the other team in the same cadence has to finish their thing, but they have to wait until the other one is finished. That's at least yellow. And then red is obviously if you want to start something that is dependent on something that will start later. That's simply not working. And you may have seen pictures of those PI plannings where they draw those, how do you call them, like chords or whatever. And we're doing this digitally here. And then on the team level, this is now Team Queen planning their cadences. And they have their story points up there. This obviously is still like populated. And once they have more story points that they have velocity, it'll turn red, and then they can move things around within their PI. So the team can still plan their normal Scrum sprints, and it'll be visible from top down still. Yeah, so far for my first overview. If you have questions, please reach out to us, especially if you're an Atlassian partner. That's super interesting for us right now. If you want to try this out, let me see whether I can open a, oh, OK. Oh, this is only German now, but bear with me. So what you can do, you can choose a product, and what you can say is, I want Agile Hive full safe. You can choose a version, put in your email address, choose a URL, and then hit play. And I think it takes 10 minutes or so, and then we'll spin up a fully configured instance. Actually, this was only a very short highlight of Agile Hive. We do have an auto page app that will automatically generate Confluence pages. There's integrations to Bitbucket. We try to do everything that you need to do a full safe deployment. And we've done that with massive companies like Volkswagen and Deutsche Bahn. So if you're interested, or if you bump into a customer who tells you that they want to use Jira and Safe together, please reach out to us. I think we can help you. Thanks for your patience. I'm out of time, but anyone has a question? Eugene?
Do you do any Jira configuration in the Agile Hive? So when I install it, do I get like all the issue types and?
Unfortunately, this is a nightmare right now. So what you do is you install those 15 apps. Then we give you a configuration file for Jira configurator. I don't know. It's a zip file, so you import that. And then afterwards, you still have some 6 to 8 hours of configuration to do to make Agile Hive work. At this point, we highly recommend that if you do that, we do that together. It's documented. So in the one screen that I had, there's like if you deploy Agile Hive, there's one thing that brings you to the documentation. So you can. We saw Linchpin customers do it all on on their own, and we didn't think that was possible. It's probably possible to deploy Agile Hive on your own, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
Miles, you also had a question?
Yeah, question to you. I mean, there's a previous question also related to resource management and teams. How do you see that working in this model? So typically with Seibert, I've got multiple cadences and teams all working, and really what I want to know is are my resources.
So that's thin ice for me, but I don't believe in resource planning at all. I do believe in fixed teams that work as a team and perform as a team. So you have a team that will, and that's also like fully compliant with SAFe. Like you have this team, and they will work on their cadences in this PI, and then you can assign a task to a specific team, but you can't use this programmer and put him there and there and there for a third. That's kind of not very agile. SAFe is somewhere, has some waterfall elements. So we do see customers do that. It's still, yeah, I'm out of time. Okay, well, let's continue this conversation off topic. Thanks a lot for joining the session.